When conducting research and when evaluating research that others conduct, you should consider reliability, validity, and generalizability. The learning outcomes include define reliability and validity and how they're measured, compare and contrast internal and external validity, describe how external validity affects generalizability, explain how we can be reasonably certain that we are measuring the correct variable. Let's clearly define what we mean by reliability and validity. Reliability is without error, is consistent across tests and studies, and exhibits stability across time. A measurement instrument, often a survey, is considered valid if it measures what it is supposed to measure. There are many statistical and non-statistical tests that can be used to support validity and reliability. Take a look at the questions on the slide. Is a valid instrument always reliable? Is a reliable instrument always valid? Explain your response. Let's take a look at these 4 dartboards for examples of reliability and validity. In the first target, the darts aren't close to the center mark, making them unreliable. They are errors and don't hit the mark. You wouldn't want this person on your darts team at the local sports bar. Even worse, the darts are also invalid. That is, they aren't going to the mark where we hope to be able to score points. In the second dartboard, the darts are all over the place. They are not reliable. They are not stable over time, not consistent, and have error in them. However, on average, they hit the center of the dartboard, which is what we hope to do. There's much too much variation, but the average would look good if you were gathering the data. You still probably wouldn't want this person on your darts team. In the third example, the darts are all consistently congregated in one portion of the dartboard. Your partner here hit almost the same spot every time, making them very reliable. But they hit the wrong spot, making the shots invalid. You don't want this person on your team either. Finally, we found someone we want to add to our team. In the fourth dartboard, we see someone who consistently hit the same spot time and again, making the shots reliable. They also hit the spot they were supposed to hit, which makes the shot valid. Add this person to the team right now. Internal validity is the truth about relationships. It's only relevant when you're evaluating causality studies. Internal validity describes how confident the researcher is that a particular variable caused something else to happen and that there weren't other confounding variables that actually caused the outcome. For instance, perhaps I designed a new class and students reported higher satisfaction. I may decide that the reason they were more satisfied is because of the superlative slides I created or the engaging exercises they were able to complete, or you get the idea. But there may be confounding variables that influence the higher satisfaction. Perhaps students had another professor in the past and I'm just a much better professor than their other professor. Haha, I'm kidding. Or maybe a new textbook was used and that's why the students were more satisfied. Or maybe younger or older students registered for this class and they had different opinions on the course. Researchers must consider confounding variables and argue for the internal validity of their study. External validity describes how likely what you found in your study would apply in other contexts. If we learned that students had higher satisfaction with my IS strategy course, could we apply that knowledge to other universities? or other classes, or the undergraduate classroom. When you use a probability sample selection technique where every member of a population has an equal chance of being selected, you increase the external validity of your study. Using convenience samples or the equivalent online reduces the external validity of your study. When evaluating internal and external validity, you analyze: did you use appropriate research techniques and statistics? For instance, did you use statistics meant for normal sample when the distribution was not normally distributed? Are the results you obtained generalizable in other contexts beyond your study? Internal validity assesses if the research was conducted in a correct manner and if there were any confounding variables that might have influenced the outcomes. External validity then looks to see if there are other situations where the results would apply. In summary, reliability is the degree to which a measurement technique can be depended upon to produce consistent results when repeated. Reliability is a prerequisite for validity. Internal validity refers to how close the results are to accuracy, must minimize the impact of confounding variables. External validity refers to the extent to which the results can be generalized to other situations. There's a trade-off between internal and external validity. Increase one and the other decreases.